All right, 10 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. I'm Bobby Henderson. Work with our hydronics group here at Long. Thank you for joining this week's coffee break. This week we'll be talking about ultra low NOx combustion using Weishaupt's new ULN burners. Today with me is Tien Tang from Weishaupt, who's be joining us and presenting. Happy to have you here. Always fun to have a good group here on a Thursday morning. So let's jump in. So first, I wanted to just make a quick kind of announcement or a reminder to our engineering community about Colorado House Bill 23-1161. This was passed in May of 2023, going in effect starting January 1st of next year. Basically, this just pretends, this really just affects small furnaces below 2 million BTUs and commercial water heaters below 2 million BTUs and over 75,000 BTUs. But basically what it works out to be is about 20 parts per million NOx requirement on natural gas. So just something to keep in mind. That actually is not going to affect what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about usually larger burners for larger commercial and industrial applications, but something to keep in mind. Madeline will be doing a presentation here in a couple weeks that talks more about the implications of this new law coming into Colorado. So be sure to tune in for that here in a couple weeks. So with that all said, please welcome Tien.
Thank you, Bobby. Hello, everybody. My name is Tien. I am the sales manager for Colorado at Weishaupt. Weishaupt is a global burner manufacturer headquartered in Germany with offices and support teams worldwide. Today, I'll be walking you through one of our latest developments, the ULN burner series, and how it's helping our customers meet stricter emissions requirements while still delivering the same reliability and efficiency our customers expect. So before we get into the burner details, I want to quickly show you how our ULN burner fits into the product line, especially as NOx requirements continue to shift across different regions. Just like Bobby mentioned earlier, across the country, we're seeing a wide range of emission standards. In Texas, for example, the limit is 30 ppm for boilers under 1,000 horsepower and 9 ppm for anything larger. And Utah has a 9 ppm requirement, although that's currently only for gas-only applications. And even in states like Kansas, where there's no formal statewide mandate, customers are still asking for a low NOx solution to meet their internal sustainability goals. So these kinds of variations are becoming more common, and they're constantly changing. That is why Weishaupt offers a full range of low NOx and ultra low NOx burners across the firing range, designed to meet whatever spec you're up against. And with our latest ULN burner technology, we're helping our customers meet the toughest targets without compromising on performance. The new ULN burner is available in 2 configurations, natural gas only or natural gas and number 2 oil. On gas, the burner is designed to achieve sub 7 ppm NOx, and that is without the use of FGR. Our largest ULN model, the WK, it limits NOx on number 2 oil to 90 ppm, also without FGR. For the WM burners, the red burners, which covers firing range from 75 horsepower to 600 horsepower, we will need FGR to consistently meet 90 ppm NOx on number 2 oil across the firing range. We're offering up to 6-to-1 turn down on natural gas and 4-to-1 turn down on number 2 oil. All of our ULN burners come standard with our WFM 200 control, which is a direct equivalent to the Siemens LMV52. The VFD and the gas ignition pilots are also standard, included as standard scope. So currently in our Monarch series, the WM series, we have 2 models available, the WM20/3 and the WM30/1. The burners go up to around 200 horsepower. And the next size up will be the WM50, which takes us all the way to 600 horsepower. The WM50 is scheduled for testing towards the end of this year, which means it will be available by mid next year. The burner head, which is a multi-stage mixing head, is quite a bit longer than our other models, and I'll explain why that is in just a couple of slides. But aside from that, the rest of the burner setup is pretty similar. We have the motor-mounted Nord VFD, the burner-mounted oil pump with the magnetic clutch, and that is all standard. All of our dual-fuel ULN burners are fully modulating on gas and oil, and with the magnetic clutch, switching between fuels is very simple. It's literally just the flick of a switch. We also included extra safety features to the mixing head, like temperature monitoring and dual flame detection, which I will walk you through very shortly. And here is our WKG L70 burner, and it is currently our largest ULN burner. This model goes up to 1,000 horsepower, and it requires a remote combustion blower. 2 of these burners have already been shipped from our facility and installed on 2 800 horsepower boilers in May. We have 1 more for 600 horsepower boiler shipping this month. So earlier I mentioned that the WK ULN burner can achieve 90 ppm NOx on oil without FGR, whereas the red burners requires FGR to achieve similar NOx level. This is because, as you can see in the illustration, the WK burner head is different in design than the WNs. So why is the ULN head burner ULN head longer, especially on the red burners? You can see here that the mixing head for this burner is split into 2 mixing zones, which elongates the design. This design is called stage combustion. For those of you who are not familiar with stage combustion, it is designed to reduce prompt NOx. So there are 2 types of NOx generated in a burner. Thermal NOx, which is generated after combustion, and prompt NOx, which is generated prior to combustion. For sub 30 ppm NOx, or even 15, we only need to reduce thermal NOx to achieve those emission levels. But when you're trying to limit NOx to a single digit, every digit matters. So we need to also reduce prompt NOx. We split the combustion into stages or zones and introduce small amount of fuel slowly through the zones. So this helps to keep prompt NOx at a minimum, resulting in single-digit NOx level at the flue gases. So what are some key benefits to the Weishaupt ULN burners? First off, FGR is not required. It's not required to meet NOx targets on natural gas. That means you can skip the cost and the additional work involved in installing an FGR line. But if we need to guarantee NOx levels on oil, or if we're looking to reduce excess O2, FGR is available as an option. On the safety side, the ULN burners come equipped with 2 flame sensors, a UV sensor and an ionization electrode. This is, if you're familiar with our dual fuel 4LN burners, this is the same configuration. This ensures uninterrupted operation during ignition and regular burner operation. We have a temperature sensor installed in the second premix zone, which connects to a temperature limiter device. This helps to monitor the temperature in the second premix zone to make sure that there is no excessive heat. And this temperature limiter device is interlocked into the safety circuit of the burner control. In terms of installation, the mixing head includes guiding rollers, which makes it very easy to install and remove, which is very helpful during maintenance. The burner controls on this burner is consistent with our other models. So as I mentioned before, we're using the WFM 200, which is the same Siemens control, the SQM servo motors, the same flame sensors. And the burner components are covered under the same 2-year warranty as the rest of our product line. And one last thing is, if you are familiar with the Weishaupt 3LN and 4LN low NOx burners, you might be aware that they typically require a larger combustion chamber than our standard NOx burners. But that is not the case with the ULN burners, especially on the Monarch series, which is the red burners. Their chamber requirements are significantly smaller, which makes them a great option for retrofit projects where space is limited. So before I wrap up, I just want to quickly highlight our training facility here in Mississauga, Ontario. So on the right, you'll see a photo of our hands-on training room with 3 different boiler sizes. We offer training sessions on all burner models with different configurations, including the new ULN burner, which you can see on the picture on the left. It is already installed on one of the boilers. So if you're interested in joining one of our training programs, or if you have any questions about the Weishaupt burners in general, feel free to reach out to Bobby or your contact at Law. Thank you everyone for your time today, and I will hand it back to you, Bobby.
Hey, thank you so much, Tien. That's really great stuff. Weishaupt continues to innovate, especially on larger commercial and industrial combustion technologies. Obviously, that's going to open a lot of doors for us for future proofing our boilers as far as new NOx emissions. So if you have a commercial or industrial boiler application, please reach out to us, and we'll see if ULN or some of Weishaupt's other technologies could be a good fit for your application. Just a quick reminder to everybody, if you know somebody who missed today, or you want to go back and look at past coffee breaks, I highly encourage you to go to YouTube, where we have all of these videos. You can see we have 297 videos and counting now on pretty much all our products, different systems, training, technologies. I highly recommend, if you haven't, to go there and check out some of our past coffee breaks. Now on to the prizes. We've got a Meow Wolf gift card, a Coach Tech organizer, and I survived another meeting mug. And that is all, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Next week, please tune in for CRC. They're going to be talking about their intelligent airflow solutions with their lab valves. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.